What's going on, people? It's your boy back with another reaction video. I will be reacting to what is this? 4 true scary horror stories that will make you lock your doors. This is from the channel Nightmare Files. So, like I will, like I said before, I will put a link to this in the description so you can go check it out yourself. Go check out their channel. Good, great narration, like a horror narration channel. Go show him some love. Excuse me. That's the alcohol coming up. But yeah, I'm curious what these true stories are that will make me lock my doors, even though I already do that because I'm not a fucking idiot. But yeah, we'll have to see what Nightmare File has in store for us. I know I've been off it, well, like it's for a while. Are you serious? This thing is not fucking up. Good thing I got some new headset. But yeah, anyway. What was I about to say? No, I upload nothing. I haven't edited anything. Well, I've edited some Harley Quinn reactions that I'll react to weeks ago, but I haven't posted them because I haven't edited them for YouTube, of course. But I've been trying to teach myself. Was it Photoshop? Was it Premiere Pro and After Effects? I'm trying to make a kind of like an intro to my channel. I had one before, but it wasn't really. I made it. Someone had a free one on YouTube. I just downloaded it and I used this film editing software I had to put just my channel name. So it was just basically just a font. I kind of changed it to kind of make it look like it went with the video, and it was just my channel name. It just looked, I don't know, it looked weird. I didn't like it, so. But yeah, I've been trying to do that. Maybe trying to see what I can do with my videos. Maybe add some stuff to them. Maybe some After Effects, maybe some other things. We'll have to wait and see how good I get at it. Right now, I'm a novice, so I'm real slow with it. So it would take me a lot longer than it would take a professional to do stuff. But I've been, at least the past 2 days, I've been doing the Pro. But before that, I bought Photoshop. And I've used Photoshop before when I was in school, but it wasn't, it was funny because it wasn't like a class that we needed Photoshop for. It was a coding class for C++ and JavaScript. So, but the teacher had like a I guess a Photoshop background, so he would like to do that. So he had us do that in that class. Plus, it was free when I was going to that school. So now I had to pay for it. But yeah, I bought all that shit. So now I'm trying to learn that. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, let's get into this. And then this damn thing. So, alright, here we go. Nightmare Files.
When I was 11 years old, I spent the night hanging out with my closest friend at the time.
That's where you fucked up.
I left around 7 o'clock.
Don't spend the night, nobody.
He was about 15 to 20 minute walk away from my house.
Damn.
It was the month of December, so it was icy and dark outside.
Well, yeah, especially if it's icy and
While
dark.
I was walking down the
15,
long
20
sidewalk,
minutes.
I had to make a turn halfway. Across the turn down the sidewalk, I noticed a man way further down. He was alone at the moment. 10 seconds
Well,
later,
I can't really say that. I walked an hour to get to my
him.
friend's house.
It was a long street
An hour
to my
going
turn,
there, an
so
hour coming back.
I watched him talk to whoever it was in the car. It sped off, and he just stopped, watching me as I walked. As I kept walking, all I heard was, "Hey you, come here, stop, hey you." So I freaked
I'd
out.
be like, hey, you,
I started
fuck
walking
off,
faster and then
bitch.
noticed he started running toward me. I started running for my life. Since the ground was covered in snow and ice, all I literally thought was, "Please, God, don't let me slip." I was crying, and I was running. He caught up extremely fast. I kept looking back and noticed the car slowly driving behind him. As I ran, I felt his arm reach out and try to grab the hood of my sweatshirt. By God's grace, his hand slipped, and I ran a block trying to find a house with the lights on. I finally found one and banged at the door, almost ready to break it down. This older couple finally answered, and I ran inside explaining what happened. The husband then went outside to try to find him. When he went out, he saw the man standing at the end of the street staring at him. Then he ran off. My mom called the police and pulled me out of school for 4 days afterward.
Jeez.
And this guy was never found. For a while after, I would buy flowers and a card and leave it on the couple's step, thanking them for saving my life. God only knows what would have happened if he got me and dragged me to the car.
Jeez, that is a horrifying experience right there. I probably won't want to go outside ever again.
One day, I got a call from a few friends of mine about going to the mall. It was a stressful week at work, so I thought some retail therapy would definitely help. We ended up shopping for a few hours, so we decided that hitting the food court would be the spot. I gave the girls my order, and I told them I would come back and find them as I needed them after I used the restroom. The restrooms are at the end of the large and wide corridor. They were your typical mall type with lots of stalls. Anyway, so I sat down to use the bathroom, and I could see from the gap on the floor between the wall of the stall and the floor, lots of movement from someone's shadow. I wasn't sure if they were getting changed or not, so I didn't pay attention at first.
Jerking off.
But it felt like the shadow was coming from above at some points. You know, as if the light above was being obstructed by something. After maybe the third time, I decided to look up and I could see a phone and parts of a guy's arm leaning over him. Someone was taking photos of me. I instantly shouted out, "What are you doing, you pervert?" And in a moment of sheer shock and disbelief, this all very quickly turned into fear as I got up and leaped out of the stall and was greeted by an empty bathroom. Not one person was in sight, and from the quick glance of the mirrors opposite, there was only one stall shut, and it was the one next to me. I ran for the restroom exit, but it was locked. Luckily, it had a twist lock, and I could turn it as I did. I heard the stall open from behind.
Like it was locked.
I got out immediately and turned as I
side.
exited and noticed a sign on the door saying, "Closed for maintenance." This sign was not here when I went in. I screamed some more, shouting to get anyone's attention as I ran down the corridor toward the food hall, and had obviously caught the attention of a few people. A group of 3 guys stopped me and clearly could see the panic in my eyes. They asked me questions and I explained. 2 guys ran toward the ladies' restroom, and one to find security. Security arrived within seconds. After a while, a rather large crowd had gathered due to the commotion, and although I was in the comfort of my friends, security, and now the police, I never felt so alone. Security and police, nor 2 guys found anyone. There was a few staff only, and fire exit doors opened down the corridor, so plenty of escape routes for whoever this guy was. I gave my statements down at the station later that day once my parents showed up. The police said they had security tapes from the cameras that point down the corridor and will keep us updated with any news. Hopefully, they find this guy. A month ago, I was at a pharmacy filling a prescription. I have central pain following a stroke I had in my early 20s. I can walk, but the brain damage causes severe burning in my entire body.
Sheesh.
Due to this, I am on morphine and seen by a specialist at a well-known hospital. I dropped off my prescription and I waited. I noticed a guy
Innocent.
behind me, standing way too close. He could hear everything we said. I sat down and tested my blood pressure. I noticed him walking around in the aisles by me. I thought he was just waiting too. They called my name 20 minutes later. I didn't see him while leaving the store. I looked in my car and I got in, locking my doors immediately due to paranoia watching scary movies, I guess. I stopped at the first stop sign, and out from behind the tree, it jumps the same guy. In one motion, he was out from behind the tree and was grabbing my passenger side door handle,
Wow.
but it was locked. He
Smart.
seemed as shocked as I was and
Well,
looked like
that's just
he
like
was
common
grabbing
sense.
for a back passenger door. I started screaming and I put my hand on my horn and sped away. Other cars were also honking. I saw him run, so I drove until I saw a cop car sitting at Carl's Jr. and ran in. He took my info and drove to the stop sign and asked me to follow him. I couldn't see him anymore. The police officer said it had happened last week with an elderly lady, so he needed to find him. I was really, really lucky, but always lock your door.
Oh, yeah, with cars nowadays, they just automatically lock. But all you gotta do is hit the thing once, it just unlocks the driver door, and other
So
doors
I'm a
stay
nurse,
locked.
and I was driving home from work one night. The roads were deserted, and it was freezing that night. I don't live far from work, maybe a couple of miles. I'm driving down a residential street around the corner from my house, and I see a man laying face down in the street. Once again, I'm a nurse, so my first thought was great. Gotta help this guy. I was coming off of a long shift and falls happen all the time. As I slowed down the car, I suddenly realized what an idiot move it was. I'm a 100-pound woman and I don't carry a weapon. I thought I should do something to help this guy, so I called 911 as I drove past him and slowed to a stop at the end of the block. While I was stopped at the light, I explained to the dispatcher that there was a man in the road who might need assistance. All of a sudden, I hear a loud bang, bang from the driver's side window. I screamed and I looked over. A man was pounding on my window and jiggling the handle of my locked door. I looked in the rearview mirror and saw that there was no man laying in the street anymore. Still on the phone with 911, I screamed, "I'm so scared," to the dispatcher and floored it through the red light. I quickly told him what had happened, and even though I was right by my house, he told me to keep driving. After a few minutes, I had calmed down and he told me to loop back around. I pulled over down the road from my house and I stayed in the car. I didn't see the man anywhere, so I got off the phone with the dispatcher, who told me he was sending a police car to cruise the area. As I gather up my things, I do a final scan of the area, and I see the man. He is walking with two other men. I hunched way down in my car until they were further down the road, then bolted into my house.
Damn.
I don't know if he had ill intent, but it freaks me the hell out.
Oh, they had ill intent.
He wasn't alone. Just always, always lock your doors.
Yeah. You'd think that's common sense, but some people are idiots. But, I'm pretty sure he had malicious intent. But he's in the road, he gets up and just starts hammering and banging on your window, trying to open the door. Like, that motherfucker is getting ready to kill you. He getting ready to rob you. He might not kill her. Maybe he's trying to rob her. But even still, this dude is bold enough to try to rob a person in that car. He's not even trying to jack a parked car. He's like, I don't have the know-how to hotwire a car. And a lot of newer cars nowadays, they hard to hotwire anyway, if not impossible. But this motherfucker lady, so I need to steal a car from somebody. So I gotta GTA your ass out your car, throw you in the woods. You might fall on a stick that just happens to be sticking out of the ground like this. You fall and go right through you. You bleed out, choke on your own blood, and up for your damn car. You know. That definitely makes me want to lock my doors. But like I said, I already do that because I've always done that. Because I've never lived anywhere where everybody's nice and we know everybody, so I can just leave my doors unlocked or my windows unlocked on the first floor, and just a bunch of dumb shit. Like, oh fuck, people are so fucking stupid. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed my reaction. If you did, sure to hit that thumbs up button down below. Sure to subscribe if you're new here. Hit that bell if you want to be notified when I upload the videos. Share this video. Comment down below. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.